Hey guys, Melinda here, and today, I'm going through puberty. Hey guys, Melinda here. Today I want to talk to you and tell you a little story, or a memory, that I lived through on June 9th, which was the Amazing Book Is Not on Fire tour here in San Antonio. As you can see by my shirt, I'm actually wearing it today. Mad comfortable. Today I kind of just want to tell you what happened when I got there. It was probably the most stressful day I've ever had in my entire life, and that's saying a lot. You know how much I suffer. So me saying that this was the most intense day for me is probably an understatement. I don't know. But I feel like y'all should know what happened. It was June 9th, and of course, I was pumped for that day because not only was I going to see Dan Phil, but I was going to see with my friends, some of my greatest friends. My mom was going to drop me off, but she had to go to a job interview that same day. So what she had me do was she had me come with her to a job interview, and she would do whatever she needed to do. The thing was is that I wanted to be there around like 5:30, 5 o'clock, so I can do all of the things that they had there, like the crafting center, the 7-second challenge, and etc. Mom was like, oh, we'll be out in like 30 minutes or so. So I was like, all right, cool. So we got there like at 4:30, and she went in. And what happened was around 6 o'clock, she finally came out. Me being me, I was very upset because I wanted to be there for at least an hour and a half so I can explore my options and do whatever I wanted. But no, my time was limited down to 30 minutes because my mom was stuck in her interview. And well, that was very stressful. It was a very stressful situation because I wanted to be there a little bit early so I can, get some merch and, explore the options. But no, that wasn't a possibility for me. So when my mom finally comes out from her interview, I'm there and I'm just so upset. I get happier when I start thinking about, the show, and I was like, it's like, don't let this ruin your moment, Melinda. Don't let it ruin your moment. Oh boy, was I wrong. And so what happened is I get there and it's around like 6:15. So my mom had to speed down the highway in order for me to get there at 6:15. So it was 6:15. I was in line and I was nervous because one thing is I had my friend's ticket and she was at a restaurant with my other friends. I was alone because I chose to be alone because I wanted to go see the options, but it made me realize, oh my god, what if she can't get in because I have her ticket? So I just decided to wait in line for them. Finally came in and we were in line and it was all good. It was all good times. We were all laughing. It was nice to see each other in the week that school had ended. I was happy and all that stress I had before melted away. It was all gone. But as soon as we got to the front of the line where the doors are of the Tobin Center, which is where the show is being held, it's required for all bags to be checked. And so I got my bag out and I showed her and it was all clear. The thing was, she told me as I was going through the door that backpacks weren't allowed. I had a backpack, so she refused to let me into the Tobin Center. And it was around 6:45 when she told me that. And the show started at 7. Just imagine the situation I'm in. I live about 45 minutes from the Tobin Center where I currently live, and my mom's already home, knowing her, and I had no family that was close enough to get there on time. Well, with my luck, she just kept refusing to let me in, and I kept explaining to her that I did not know backpacks weren't allowed. They did not send me an email saying that backpacks weren't allowed. They just sent me enjoy the show, here's a survey. That was it. They never told me a single thing about me bringing a backpack in. If they told me don't bring a backpack in beforehand, I would not have bought it. I would just have bought my money and that was it. I just wanted my bag so I can carry all of the merch I was gonna get with the $150 I had on me. But of course not. They didn't tell me that because they would just assume no one was gonna bring a backpack, but of course people did, and I was one of them. I went into a panic attack. I actually started crying and I was having a hard time breathing because I was the only one out of my friends who did not get to go in for the first 15 minutes. And so my dear friend, my boo, Crystal, she came to my rescue and started talking to the lady and saying you never told us, you never told us we couldn't bring a backpack in, just please let her in. She didn't know. It's you don't have a place to put it. And they kept saying, no, ma'am, no. They were fighting and she was fighting. And I'm over here on the floor crying and panicking with my phone to my ear, talking to my Uncle Garrett, who was trying to come to my rescue so he can retrieve my backpack. But No, he got stuck in traffic, and so he was gonna be until like around 7:15 when he actually got there. But I just started crying even more. Like, the situation got so bad. This lady who was like one of the security was just refusing to let me go through, and I was there just crying, having a panic attack, while all these other girls who had backpacks were going through. It was terrible because all of my friends were in there, you know, enjoying themselves, and then here's one of my best friends by my side trying to get me in while I'm on the floor crying in front of all of these girls and all of these people who are here to see Dan and Phil. They're not here to see a girl cry on the floor who is trying to see Dan and Phil. They're here to see Dan and Phil. And I was not going to let anybody stop me because, for one thing, I'm a huge fan girl. You all know that. And two, I love Dan and Phil so much. Like, it was such a huge moment for me, and I was so excited. I've been waiting like months to see them. Months, I'm telling you. And as I had that opportunity in my hands, it was taken away from me simply because I had a backpack. Go into a corner and cry my eyes out, because in that moment I thought I was not going to see Dan and Phil, that my friends were going to see them, and I was not going to be there because simply of my fucking backpack. Finally, the lady who refused to let me in just said, "Sorry, you can't come in," and she just leaves. And I'm there. Me and my best friend are the only ones in this little corridor of like a doorway and just trying to fight. And so what happens is there's a man security guard, and he's also checking bags, but he looks towards me and he sees that I'm crying. And so what happens is I believe he brings like two of the managers of the Tobin Center in, and he talks to them and says she's crying. She did not like, and they explain the situation, and he explained the situation because he overheard like my best friend telling this other woman. They decided to let me in, but under one condition: I had to make my backpack look like a purse. So basically what I had to do is just get the straps and hold it like a purse. And he checked my bag and he's like, "Just, you're clear to go. Enjoy the show." Every day I thank this man. Not able to go in just because I have a backpack when I simply didn't know I couldn't bring it. He was an angel being who, you know, saw that I was crying and having a panic attack, and therefore he let me in with the permission of his managers. And every day I'm just like, "Tobin Center, you've caused me great amount of pain." So I went through, and then the woman who was checking our tickets, she's like, "Sweetie, why are you crying?" And we're just like, we're just excited to see Dan and Phil. She's like, "Oh, that's sweet." She was like, "Oh, that's so cute." And then she let us through. I finally made it into the actual auditorium, and oh my god, you guys, it was amazing. And I was still crying because it was like tears of pain and a panic attack, and then it went tears to like sadness and anger to tears of happiness. I made it in, and it was just a huge moment for me. When I finally sat down in my chair, I sat directly in the middle of it all, and I had such an amazing view. This is the only photo I have of it, because what they did was they refused to let anyone record it on their phones because they wanted everyone to enjoy it with their eyes and their ears instead of through their phone screens to memorize it all. It's better if you're there living it than through your phone. But luckily the show didn't start until 7:10, so I still had time to sit down and could collect myself. It was the best thing in my life to ever occur. I sat in between a mother and another girl. The girl next to me was cool and calm and collected, but as soon as that show started, she was exactly the way I was, screaming with tears of joy. And the mother next to me, she just was like this almost the entire time because of me and her daughter that she was in between, because we were just screaming our heads off. It was so amazing. Like, I cried probably for the first 30 minutes because it was still affecting me from what happened earlier. It was just amazing, and it's an experience that whenever I think about it, I kind of want to cry. And whenever I see like people make video edits of of the show, it makes me kind of just want to implode. It was such a huge moment, and I really loved the show. It was fantastic. It was amazing. 6 out of 5 stars. It was the most eventful day of my life because of me not being able to get in, but me able to see Dan and Phil, because it was, like I said, it's a huge moment for me. I love Dan and Phil to pieces. They were just cutie pies who threw plates into the crowd. I wish I was closer, but beggars can't be choosers. But after the show, I actually did get some merch. I got 2 shirts because that's all they had left. They actually had signed books, and if I had gotten there earlier, I would have gotten them signed. So I got, my 2 t-shirts still when I actually went inside to go see Dan and Phil on tour shirt, and I got this one, which is my favorite. It's so cool. It's so So moral of the story is, if you're going to go see a live show somewhere, make sure you see the rules about backpacks because he might not let you in. But then there might be a kind-hearted soul that will let you in and just say, make your backpack a little bit of this. Treasure those moments, you guys. I want to relive it. That's all I have for you today, guys. As always, go check out my last video. Go check out the links in the description for my fanfiction and all of my links to all my social media possible. Almost every social media link in the description below. Subscribe, give this video a like, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. This third event didn't just affect me, and it didn't really cause me to get killed, but it was a major event of the day. So what happened was, there's in this car that I'm in consisted of my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and me. So my dad's driving the car, and he had to go through the desert as like a shortcut to get to Las Vegas. And so this shortcut led him into the desert and made him get lost for 5 hours.